It's Friday, June 5th, 2026, and this is the Washington Times front page. Thanks for joining us. I'm George Gerbo. Israel and Hezbollah exchanged fire once again a day after a new ceasefire agreement was announced with the Lebanese government. Tom Howell and Vaughn Cockane report the Israeli Air Force launched airstrikes early in the day at Hezbollah installations in Tyre and Shakra. Israeli ground troops also continued their assault north of the Litani River, exchanging fire with Hezbollah fighters. The Israeli military warned residents of southern Lebanon against returning to their homes, and military officials said attacks on Iran-backed Hezbollah in the region would continue despite the new ceasefire. The Lebanese Health Ministry said more than 3,000 people have been killed since the start of Israel's offensive in southern Lebanon, and more than 1 million have been displaced. Former National Security Advisor John Bolton has agreed to plead guilty to keeping classified information stemming from his work in the Trump administration. Matt Delaney reports Bolton was facing 10 counts of retention of national defense information and 8 counts of transmission of national defense information before the plea agreement was made public. Reports indicate he will plead guilty to a single count of illegal retention of sensitive national security information. The plea would end a criminal case opened in October 2025 that accused Bolton of sharing classified information with family members in the form of diary entries that helped him write a 2020 memoir about his career in government. The plea could let Bolton avoid federal prison, but he'd still face a $2.25 million fine. A judge will ultimately decide whether Bolton spends time behind bars. The charge carries a maximum sentence of 5 years in prison. Trump administration officials have subpoenaed the New York Department of Motor Vehicles to hand over the driving record of a Chinese immigrant who crashed a tour bus in Virginia last week, killing 5 people. Susan Ferricchio reports the Department of Transportation ordered the New York DMV to hand over records related to the commercial driver's license obtained by 48-year-old Jingsheng Dong. He's charged with 5 counts of involuntary manslaughter after crashing his bus into slowed traffic on Interstate 95 in Virginia in the early morning of May 29th. Federal officials said Dong is a naturalized U.S. citizen but doesn't speak English. The crash renewed demands that states stop issuing licenses to drivers who aren't proficient in the English language. Rogue drones, lone wolf actors, and human trafficking rings top the list of concerns for public safety officials overseeing security for the upcoming World Cup. Matt Delaney reports the FBI said it's preparing for all possible threats ahead of the event, which spans 11 host cities across the United States, as well as venues in Canada and Mexico. Authorities said no potential terrorism plots have been detected in the lead-up to the games, but they'll remain on alert through the final match on July 19th. And finally, New York President Kim Jong-un toured a new nuclear fuel facility, the latest evidence of his country's defiance of international denuclearization pressures. Andrew Salmon reports images showed him being briefed by officials as he walked between rows of equipment. He was also shown watching officials working on computers. North Korea is thought to be enriching uranium at 3 sites, but it was unclear from state media whether Kim visited one of those or a new facility. Find all today's front page stories at WashingtonTimes.com/front page or on the Washington Times app, and find us wherever you get your podcasts. You can also find us on social media at Wash Times for breaking news, sports, commentary, and more. And a quick programming note, the front page will be off June 8th and 9th and return on Wednesday, June 10th. For the Washington Times, I'm George Gerbo.